the Swanage Railway today. There's a GBRS 73 behind me, and we're here to ride the first day of the Diesel Gala. So join me as we go on another British Rail adventure. Roll the intro. So we're actually here on the train now. We're off to Bridge 4. We've got D6515 Lieutenant Jenny Lawrence at the front of our train. Be a nice little clip just before this of actually coming towards the gala the other day. We have here our guide for this year's Diesel Gala and Beer Festival. Shows you everything about the visiting engines, groups affiliated. So in this gala we have number D5054 Phil Southern, which is a Class 24 locomotive. We also have the two Class 20s, number 2302 and 2311. They're both in the orange livery now instead of one being in DRS. We've got the loco we're on now, which is D6515. There's also 33111, affectionately known as Hot Dog. Not sure if she's still on the other end of this train or not, but we'll find out when we get to Bridge 4. Also visiting, we have a Class 37 from Colas Rail, number 37219. We have a Class 50, number 50021 Rodney, which unfortunately has broken down, so the timetable's a bit all over the place. This service was meant to depart Swanage at 13:50, actually left quite later than that. We also have 50026 Indomitable here as well. That was another surprise guest. We also have the one I'm most excited to see, which is D1015 Western Champion, which is a British Rail Class 52 Western Hydraulic, along with the newest member, well, the youngest diesel here, which is number 69007, which was supposed to come, but instead we have 69002. Also visiting is a London Transport 40C set, which is currently doing the Corfe shuttles, which stop at Swanage, Harmons Cross, Hurstholt by request before Harmons, and Corfe. The service we're on runs fast between Swanage and Corfe. No, we don't call at Harmons Cross. We do have to stop there for signalling reasons, but we do not actually pick up there. Then after Corfe we stop at Norden and then Bridge 4. You can't alight there because there's no platform, so we just go up there, then we get dragged back. Also worth noting is the beer tent at Corfe today, where you can get selection of beers, drinks. It's always a custom we do in Diesel Gala. And later on we'll do the Beer X train, which is the evening service, which runs between Swanage and Norden, calling at all stations. Get back on a sec, we're just coming over the level crossing, which means we'll be coming into Harmons Cross in about a minute. So we're currently about to depart Corfe Castle, which is one of two places on the line where trains can actually pass each other. As the Swanage Railway is single track running, you have to have two of the stations to be passing points. Corfe is one of them, whereas Harmons Cross is the other, which you would have seen just earlier on when the Class 37 and the 220s passed us with the 4TC. Now, some of the notable features of Corfe Castle Station: obviously you have the castle right next to it, which is its namesake. You also have a small signalling museum just at the end of this platform here, and as you can probably tell by all the people on the platform with their drinks in hand, with the annual Diesel Gala, we also, with the Swanage Railway, also have a beer festival, and the beer tent is usually held at Corfe. And you can see the castle coming into view now. We still have D6515, Lieutenant Johnny Lawrence, which is Class 33, and on the back we do have 50026 Indomitable. Now, I know the next shot of the train approaching Norden will be a bit different, but that's because obviously I can't film a train I'm already on. But as we go through Corfe Cutting, this is the narrowest part of the line where you actually, if the P-Way gang are on there and there are trains running, they actually have to get a token themselves, just because of how tight the clearances are, and there's nowhere for a position of safety to be done. But all bits of film from a position of safety. Obviously, we're on the trains, we're a passenger today, so you get some lovely views. We're coming over Corfe Viaduct now, and we're going to pass into Corfe Castle Crossing, where we now switch to the shot of 33111 and the Class 24 pulling into Norden, which is a nice scenic little shot for you. So currently just gone past the section known as Cripple Creek, just gone under the main road there. As we've gone past Norden and we're on our way to Bridge 4. Now, this section is usually only accessible when you're on a gala weekend, or last summer when Swanage Railway were doing the Corfe to Wareham services. It's a nice bit of the line. You'll get a bit of a look at it in a minute when we go past the first recoil sidings. Norden where we'll hop out, see the train off, and then what we're going to do, we're going to walk back to Cork and hopefully get a shot at Castle Crossing and a few trains passing and see what's at Cork. Now, with the Bridge 4 section that we just did, we go as far, the reason it's called Bridge 4 is because it's the bridge number for the line, and that's the boundary from the Swanage Railway to the National Rail Network. There's an AWS ramp and a modern signal up there, which was at amber, meaning the next section would have been at danger. Now we went a bit closer than we usually would, so I think we went over the AWS ramp, which means the nice folks at Basingstoke put a nice little message on the board saying a train's entered the section. But now we're just heading back. We'll go past the Fursbrook Hall sidings again, and it's nice because on this side of the line, if you look into one of the old sheds, you can actually see the remains of a N-class steam locomotive that I believe is waiting for its turn in the restoration cycle. But this is a nice open country. There's a bit of a quarry that side. That side you've got all the trees and everything, but it's a nice journey up to Bridge 4. So if you ever come down to Swanage and it's a gala weekend or a special event and the trains are actually running up this far, I highly recommend going on it. Sure, you can't get off, but it's nice to look around and it's just a nice little extension of the line. I'll show you that clip of the N-Class next, and then we'll see you as we re-enter Norden. Look just between the trees, you can see the remains of the N-Class. And as we come back in towards Norden, we do pass through Cripple Creek again, and I'll give you a shot of this side of the line where you can see more of the wagons and rolling stock waiting for their turn in the restoration cycle. Now there are quite a few bits of rolling stock down here. There's some turbot wagons we're just passing now, and a closed van. Oh, looks like a Gov. Not too sure what that one is, but it's definitely a Southern Railway wagon. And you'll notice we're just about to pass under the road bridge. If you look to the bottom of the screen, you will see a Wickham trolley. Not sure how far along that is in the cycle, but it will come along when it has its time. And then we go past what is known as the pad. Now this is where the engines that need to be delivered by road come in. You can see we have our road rail, well, I keep saying our. You see there is the road rail crane on there, along with a couple flat wagons, and right at the front you can see the tender for the T9 locomotive, which is currently under restoration at the flour mill following the success of the T3s. Obviously, if you want a link to the T120 Trust, links will be provided down below. And here we go over the crossing gates for Norden as we arrive into the normal end of the line for the Swanage Railway. for a nice spot, quiet here at Norden. Currently up here at the benches. The platform's just behind me with the station. It's usually the terminus for the Swanage Railway, well, one of them at least. It's a nice park, there's a nice car park here, so if you are coming down for the day to the railway, you can park up at Norden and get the train down. In the summer, more buses 30 and 35 service stop here. At some point in the future, there'll be a link at the top for On the More buses about that. But if you do want to find out how to get down to Swanage, if you're coming from Bournemouth by bus, there'll be something on the screen around here plugging the 40s and 50s episode of On the More buses. But yeah, we're going to go for a nice little walk in a minute up to Corfe via the Castle Crossing. Hopefully get some good shots of whatever's coming through here. But yeah, Norden's a nice quiet space on the railway. And if you do like your narrow gauge stuff and you want to know about the history of Purbeck Stone, the Purbeck Mining Museum's also here, so if it's open and you're up here, go and check it out. It's actually really nice in there. You get to walk down a replica of the mine shaft, and the folks up here are absolutely brilliant. You've also got, you can see behind me one of the cranes for the Peeway gang. This is where they're based up here at Norden. Yeah, nice bit of quiet. We'll go for a walk and hopefully see some more trains. Fingers crossed, 52. That's the one I really want to spot today. But we'll see. Now, I know what you're thinking. Aaron, you're supposed to be doing a bit about Corfe Castle, but the 52 did come in again. So we ended up going for a little ride up to Bridge 4 again before coming back to Corfe. But this is from Corfe's Platform 1. Obviously, you can see the signal box in the shot. The concrete to the bottom right is actually from where the signal box used to be on this side of the line, which is now the miniature museum for it. But I'll let you watch the 52 come in, then a little bit of a leaving Corfe, and then we'll come back to see some more manoeuvres here at Corfe Castle, and we'll probably end the episode there, because we were supposed to do the Birex, but time restraints thanks to winter timetables with the buses, but I digress. You're here for trains, not for bus talk. So back here at Corfe Castle, you can see 33111 coming in on a train from Bridge 4 with 50026 Indomitable on the back. Now, a lot of shunting did take place here as well as at Swanage today, with the River Frome trains requiring an engine being taken on or taken off depending on the direction of travel. Here, for example, 50026 is going to be taken off the rear of this train and put into the sidings, which is what usually happens, but because this is a bit filmed out of sequence, this shot, so at this point this set that they're pulling in is being left here at Corfe, and 50026 will then run round, attach to the front of 33111, run light engines back to Swanage. But if there was a train coming up from Swanage towards Bridge 4, for example, it would either run double headers or it would have one engine on the front, and an engine would come out the stabling sidings, put on the back of the train, and then head up to Bridge 4 with a top-tail formation. Now the next shot we'll cut to is 50026 doing that shunt manoeuvre, coming round on the platform one side, which is usually the up, to go back shunt onto 33111. Now the first day of the gala went off without too much of incident. The only thing that really happened was Rodney unfortunately failing between Harmon's Cross and Corfe Castle earlier on in the day, but the trains ran late, but they managed to keep the time eventually. It was still an enjoyable day, but I digress. We'll watch a few more shunt manoeuvres before we wrap up this British Rail adventure. I'm here back at Corfe now, pretty much the end of the day. We're not going to do the BRX tonight, just time restraints, but it's been a lovely day. You've got 33111 behind me that way, 50026 Indomitable that way, and in the sidings there you've got Rodney and the 52. But I hope you have enjoyed this very different British Rail adventure, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye for now.